Whew. Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo and Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I got to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business and let's wake up those football gods. Wake up there, guys. On this Taco Tuesday, we have gotten past Monday, thank God, and we are headed downhill for the week. Tomorrow already hump day, and actually we are 1 week away, just 1 week away from teams beginning to be able to start franchise tagging players. And in fact, we're 3 weeks away from the end of franchise tagging players. So we don't have a whole lot of time, or should I say, Jerry Jones and crew doesn't have a lot of time. Now, before I get into everything that is the Dallas Cowboys this morning, as we don't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys because things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning, so you want to be up to speed. Man, Texas, whew, it's like out of the movie The Day After Tomorrow. I'm hearing from all my friends. Miss Jackie said it was -1 around Dallas, -1. You guys have had temperatures way colder. I mean, way colder than we have. In fact, you guys have had more snow than I have up here on the East Coast. It's really unbelievable. I hope that you have your power. I hope that you're safe. You know, and I know there's another storm coming, so be careful out there. Just be careful. I know you ain't got snow shovels and everything else. Just wait for warmer weather to come through. Take a couple of days off and just enjoy the snow, okay? So TMZ, which I formerly used to call TM Sleaze, okay? TM Sleaze used to be into that gotcha Dallas Cowboys moment because they were always trying to catch, Zeke Elliott doing something. We saw him at it started back when there was the trip to the club where somebody who knew Zeke had carried a gun in there, and the police asked Zeke a few questions outside, but you would have thought he was public enemy number one. And then it went on to Boobygate, where, the woman's top on, whatever, got pulled down and stuff. Everybody was tipsy. And from there, it went on to Vegas, of course, getting, the pushing incident. Or even, I forgot about the boat incident where the Coast Guard came on and said that count how many life preservers there was. Zeke was actually on a jet ski. He was on a jet ski, and they said, oh, boat owned by Zeke Elliott, boarded by the authorities. You would have thought that this was a Miami Vice sting operation, and they're looking for a couple of bags of coke, because that's the way TMZ rolls. They tried to get Dak Prescott last year for having a party at his house that was during the pandemic, where they actually put pictures where they showed how close the seating was at the tables, and turns out it was actually a restaurant and not Dak Prescott's house. So whenever you see a headline from TMZ and the Dallas Cowboys, you got to say, oh, damn, here we go. And so now they got Amari Cooper. There's a lot of things that I absolutely love on this. Let's watch the clip.
Really him.
You was lying.
No, he was watching you play football.
You was lying.
I'm not lying.
Oh, you was lying.
No, I'm not.
What's up, man?
Stay over there.
Yes. CB, Edward CB.
Where you going? Throw me a couple. Man, I can't run. I had surgery.
I know. You good?
Yeah.
About that first guy. Wide receiver. I don't think you can lock me down either, sir.
You lucky I can't run.
You're lucky I can't run. Well, no, we unlucky you can't run.
Nah. I'm not
So Amari Cooper was out looking at investment properties. And according to a witness, let me change camera here. According to a witness, Amari Cooper said out loud, here's the future. And so they went up to the kids and said, would you like to meet Amari Cooper? Or first, I'm sorry. Are you Cowboy fans? They said, of course we're Cowboy fans. Would you like to meet Amari Cooper? And so then you see this whole time, he took some time, throw the football with the kids and stuff. Something that those kids will probably never forget. And this is one of those things that is incredible about football players. The power that they have. Those kids will forever remember meeting Amari Cooper. They will be fans for life. And, a football player can say something to kids and they're going to listen. I can tell kids over and over the exact same thing. It's going to be in one ear and out the other. The second thing I love about this is Amari Cooper is looking at investment properties. See, sometimes it's not what you make, but it's what you keep. You can make $10 million a year, but if you spend 12, it don't matter. And so many times you see football players that, or not just football players, but people that come into a whole bunch of money, we're in the club getting tipsy, making it rain, and 2 years out, they're broke with no way to survive for the rest of their lives. I remember meeting Mike Haynes. I want to say it was in New Orleans, I think about 2007. And he said something that stuck with me all my life, because that time he was actually working with player development, when the rookies came in. And what they tried to tell him is about being smart with their money. What they said, of course, was, listen, instead of buying your mama a house, buy her an apartment building. Buy her something that's going to make money, whether you got money or not. Invest in things that will produce capital. That car, that $200,000 car and everything else that you got looks great, but it's going to depreciate in value. You wreck it, it's going to lose half its value. See Terrence Williams. And I love seeing that. The third thing that's not so good, though, or I guess it is good in some ways, you'll remember at the end of the season, Amari Cooper had his ankle scoped. So you see him walking a little bit gingerly and says, I can't run, I had surgery. So we have to follow up, of course. This is normal maintenance and things like that. There's no cast, there's no crutches or anything like that. But this is one of those things that they go in and they clean out. There might be some scar tissue in there. There might be some bone spurs. But they go in, clean it out, boom, and, let it heal in the offseason. So this is where he is, and this is similar to what happened with Dak Prescott. Now, speaking of Dak Prescott, because, of course, as I said last night, the whole situation with Dak Prescott is currently we have one quarterback on the roster. Those are saying, oh, Andy Dalton. We got no, Andy Dalton's not under contract. Double G's not under contract. Dak Prescott's not under contract. Ben DiNucci. So last year, we had a $35 million offer on the table. Cowboy, and it wasn't a matter of how much money. It was length of the deal. The Cowboys wanted 5 years. Dak wanted 4. And instead, nope, we can't do it. We'll just franchise tag it. We'll revisit it next year. So in my mind, if the Cowboys had signed that contract last year 5 years, the first year is gone. So that means there's 4 years left to what you originally offered. That's a way of meeting in the middle in my mind. Say, okay, Cowboys, you already got the first year. Here, this would have been ending the same time as if we had signed it before. You just paid guaranteed money that year. There you go. We're done. ESPN, they actually say they have a compromise. Their compromise is a 6-year deal with 2 years voidable. Let's listen to what they have to say, how they explain it.
He's got these ideas, and they always turn out to be right. And we talked in our meeting this morning about how Jerry Jones finds himself in the very unique circumstance for him of not having any leverage in this circumstance. So what's one way he could rectify this situation?
Greeny, they could get him signed, and they could trade him straight up for Deshaun Watson. It's player for player, and it solves one problem for one team and another for for Dallas. And when you think about where we are, Jerry Jones has made a $40 to $50 million mistake, Greeny. 2 years ago, it would have been about $32 to $33 million a year for Dak Prescott. Now that number is going to be closer to $40 million. On 5 or 6 years, that's about a $50 million mistake. Kimberly's right. Kirk Cousins is a great example. Dak's going to do even better. So one way for Jerry Jones, who's in a very unique position of not having leverage, trade him for Deshaun Watson, get a player who's slightly better under contract for 5 years.
I'm looking at the expression on the face of Bart Scott, and I can't wait to hear what it means. What do you think, Bart?
Why in the hell would Dak Prescott do a sign and trade to go to Houston when he's seeing the dysfunction going on there? Why would I sign up for that long term? Listen, Dak Prescott is close to his free agency, being able to pick where he wants to go. That's what every player covets, the ability to pick the team that you want to play for. Now, if he has a running back in Dallas, he has all the leverage in the world. Either you give me what I want or you can't franchise tag me after this year, and I'm going to pick my destination. And I'm going to pick a destination where a team that's ready to win, whether it's the San Francisco 49ers that we know don't love Jimmy G, whether it's the Pittsburgh Steelers of the future, if this is Ben's last year. If I'm Dak Prescott, I'm sitting pretty. Pay me my money, and rather you pay me my money, when you pay me my money, I'm going to decide where I'm going to go in the future. You're not going to dictate to me, because if you wanted to dictate to me that I was going to be here long term and say, hey, I'm a Cowboy for life, or at least for the next 5 to 10 years, then you should have paid me my money when I was cheap. Yep. He's been underpaid. He was a 4th-round draft pick. They've been making money off him, signing everybody, signing Zeke. Well, tell you what, let Zeke run the ball. Let Zeke throw the ball, but I'm out after this year.
Ooh, throwing some heat. Okay, so here's the proposal that they have, okay? They're basically saying, all right, here's a compromise for you, Dak. You don't want 5 years, we'll get 6. All right, so here's the deal. They're basically saying this year, 2021, $20 million fully guaranteed. 2022, $20 million fully guaranteed. 2023, $32.5 million base salary with 25 guaranteed. 2024, $32 million, nothing guaranteed. 2020, nothing guaranteed. I'm not sure what the guarantee would be on it. 2025, $32.5 million, and of course that's a voidable year. And 2026, $32.5 million. Okay, so the cap numbers would be $30 million this year, $30 million the second year, 42.5 the third year, 44.2 the fourth year, and 42.5 the fifth year, which is a voidable year, and 2026 would be 32.5, which again is a voidable year. How the Cowboys gain cap flexibility in the second year of the deal? Of course, they would restructure, basically convert it into guaranteed money, blah 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 blah. So what that would do is it would drop then 2022 down to 15.6 years. And basically you can eat up the money in there. But here's the thing that's kind of crazy about it. So when the deal voids after 2024, the Cowboys would have to take a $17 million cap hit for 25 for a player who might not be on the roster anymore. Compared to what the Rams took for Goff of 22 right now. Okay, that's decent right there. But in the end, this is only a $36 million deal per year. So when you think about Deshaun Watson, whose deal is averaging 39, you think of Pat Mahomes, who's averaging 45. You think that Josh Allen, that they're talking about redoing his deal, and his deal is going to be, they say, like 43, 44. Lamar Jackson's deal is going to be in the 40s as well. Why is it that they're trying to say Dak should be well below all of those guys when we know that it basically goes next man up is the one that's resetting the market? And here's the thing that drives me crazy about all this is, and I can tell you that this is going to be a no way, no how, because it goes back down to respect. Again, you are basically saying that Dak Prescott is a second-class citizen. The things that they keep putting out, it really ticks me off, because you're on the assumption that, Dak Prescott will just do whatever you want. So we basically want to take you, sign you, to trade you to Texans who literally are doing a fire sale, that have a terrible offensive line except for Laramie Tunsil, that seem completely dysfunctional, that Deshaun Watson wants to get the hell out of there, that he's just going to say, oh, yeah, let me go ahead and lock up a long-term deal with those guys. Are you crazy? Or are you just playing dumb? That's not going to happen. Not when he could just play hardball and say, next year I can go anywhere I want to. If I want to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers, with a great organization, I can go there. Oh, let me go to San Francisco, where they've got a great offensive line. They got a great defense. It's in California. I can go there. Or I can go to the Texans. That's the non-starter. Second thing, you're saying that you're basically paying him $36 million a year, when everybody else, you literally are way down the list. It's a non-starter. There's no way, no how that Todd France is going to go for that deal. Sounds good on paper, but it's not even reality. And here's the thing. I don't understand. In fact, let me look this up here real quick to make sure I got this. Let me look up over the cap. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared. Team space. Okay? Because I want to prove my point here. Let's see. Currently, cap space, Jaguars have 77 million, Colts have 69, Jets 68, Patriots 62, Washington 38, Bengals 37, Denver 31, Dolphins 26, Chargers 24, Browns 21, Buccaneers 20, Cowboys at 18. Now, if you go to Sports Track, they actually are assuming this is going by 175 being the cap. Sports Track is using 185, so you can say 18 or 28. It depends on which one you look at, but just for the sake of argument, you know that the Ravens are going to be paying Lamar Jackson. And we're talking about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is going to be in the 40s as well. So why are we saying that Lamar Jackson should do a deal that's like this when they're talking about a deal that's in the 40? And if anything, I would be more concerned about Lamar Jackson's health than Dak Prescott because of the style of play that he plays in. How many times did he get knocked out and go to the locker room and have to come back? You can't sustain as many hits as he does. He's incredible. I love it. It's like watching a video game. But you got to say, one of these times, somebody's going to really jack him up, and it may be the end. You just don't know. So there's risk in everybody, but you got to look and say, he's going to take more abuse than anybody else because of the style of play. Yet, they're not saying that Lamar Jackson should take a deal, right? Okay, let's keep on going down here because Baltimore is slightly below us. Let's see where Buffalo Bills. Okay, let me really go into it. I want you to make sure that you look at this right here. Okay, the Buffalo Bills right here, right now, they're right about even at 300,000 in the red. So clearly, they've got $19 million less to spend than the Dallas Cowboys. How come they're not saying Josh Allen should take a team-friendly deal? Give a hometown discount to Buffalo because you've given the whole city of Buffalo hope. We love you. You are God here. Unlike the Cowboys that don't respect their quarterback, that no matter who it is, he's going to get trashed. Because I remember him booing Roger Staubach his last couple of years. I remember that. We know how Troy Aikman got treated toward the end of his career. We know how Tony Romo got treated at the end of his career. Well, actually, throughout his career. And Dak is getting the same treatment. So in Buffalo, you are a god. You can literally own the city. So why aren't they saying, hey, man, you got the city. You should take a team-friendly deal. I have yet to hear just one team, talking head, say that Josh Allen, you know what, he shouldn't look to be paid more than Deshaun Watson. You know, they're so close. They're so close, man. If he takes a deal, maybe they can get that free agent that'll help take him over the top. Maybe they can get another, wide receiver like Diggs to go ahead and put on the roster if he takes a team-friendly deal. And this is where I cry bullshit on all of these talking heads that come up with this crap. Because look at it. Look at it. We're in the same boat. But we got $19 million more. But not a single person has said anything about Josh Allen taking a team-friendly deal. Ain't nobody batted an eye. So why is it different with Dak Prescott? That's what I want to know. And don't tell me, well, Josh Allen, he's head and shoulders better than Dak Prescott. He was this year once he got help. Once he got one of the best wide receivers in football in Diggs to throw to, yes, his numbers ballooned up. Of course, you have to have people around you to be successful. So why aren't we saying, Josh Allen, do the same thing we're saying to do to Dak? They won't. All right, y'all. Sorry, this video got to be a little long this morning, but, I'm just keeping it real, trying to keep you well informed when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. All right, I will see you later.